Hello, 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 and welcome back to the We Don't Want a Podcast. This is a show where two certified dipshits make uncertified takes about your favorite series. We are your hosts. I am Zach, and joining me, as always, he stands accused of being a chode IRL. You stand accused of being a real fucker. How do you answer these charges, Scotty Westside?
Guilty. Definitely very guilty.
Fucking guilty of the chode IRL.
Yeah, of all of the above. Listen, there's not much point to giving a defense for those. It would waste everyone's time. We all know it's true.
Yeah,
we all know
absolutely.
it's true. What's up, buddy? How does this work? What are we doing here?
Yeah, what are we doing,
What
man?
are we doing?
Oh, boy. Listeners, watchers, it's been a hot minute. I don't know if I still know how to do this thing.
Yeah.
Let's do a quick little life update. Doing the Trump hands.
Is that what he does?
The best person. I'm the best person around. Yeah, he totally does that.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so listen, we haven't recorded in probably, I think you said a month.
Yeah, it's been just under a month.
It's been a hot minute. And unfortunately, some recent episodes have been delayed because of that. I know that you guys won't hear this until one more comes out, but we're about a week behind. Either way, we just want to say thank you guys for your patience and bearing with us.
Life happens.
Yeah.
We're busy people. We have full-time jobs and other things and responsibilities.
I think what Scott means to say is that he's been playing Baldur's Gate.
I've been playing a shit ton of Baldur's Gate. You've been doing stuff also, I'm sure.
I have been very busy. Amanda and I moved.
Yes.
So we've had some time to kind of just adjust into our new place. Not a big move. We're in the same complex, but just moved to a new unit for some extra space.
For like the third year in a row for some reason also.
Yeah, it's real dumb. But look, we're not here to talk about that. But yeah,
how long have you had the puppy? Did we talk about it before?
We haven't.
Okay,
No. So not only have we gotten a new apartment and moved, but Amanda and I have a new puppy. And if you guys saw the Instagram post and you guys have met Murph, I might show her in a little bit. You guys might hear some puppy sounds because she is hanging out back here. So forgive that.
Don't leave me, Murph.
Yeah, that's why we named her Murph. I know you know that, but for the listeners out there, definitely because of Interstellar.
My Interstellar poster? Not very well, but I can see it a little bit.
The angle's not good.
Angle's not great. Angle of my dangle. Great name from a great movie.
Yes.
Murphy looks very cute. I'm happy that you guys are happy. So,
yeah, thanks, pal.
With Murph.
Scott doesn't like dogs, so that if you guys couldn't tell, that was
never talked about.
Extremely forced.
Listen, she does look like a cute puppy, and I've told you before, the problem with puppies is that they're great, but they grow up to be dogs. So,
But see, dogs are better because they're trained. Puppies are shitheads.
Puppies are shitheads, but they're so cute, and they're funny.
Very true.
I mean,
yeah, she is hilarious.
They're not as cute or as funny as kittens, for sure. But we'll not start that. We'll not get into that.
I don't know about that, pal.
But yeah, you've been busy with real life, real world things. I've been busy, trying to get with Carlac, my girl Carlac. There's a lot of just
trying to hit that, trying to tap
that. Yes, I have been playing a lot of Baldur's Gate. I was
trying to roll a nat 20 on your charisma check while you're flirting with her.
If anyone has not seen or does not know who Carlac is, she's like the greatest character basically ever. She's so much fun. She's super cool.
She is an NPC or she is a PC?
She's she's a party member, so you can play as your party members. But
right, okay.
She is a just a super cool and fun character, and she's always saying funny stuff, and she's the best. I was gonna tell you, I actually rolled credits on Baldur's Gate this afternoon.
Oh, that's big news, dude.
It was a very early bad ending So it's not real.
Okay.
I mean, it is real. It does go to credits. It's like you can make a choice basically at the end of the second act that kind of ends the game prematurely in a very bad way. And then you reload a save and you keep going. So I'm not close to actually truly beating it. But,
Gotcha.
But I thought that was funny and cool. So there you go.
Nice.
That's what.
But you're loving it.
I am loving it. Zach is excited because he thought this would get me into Dungeons and Dragons. And I was like, no, probably the opposite. It's, the Dungeons and Dragons aspect is not the
what
tabletop aspect is not what I love about it. It's just, it's just a good RPG. So
sure.
But it's been a lot of fun, and I've been having a lot of fun with that. So.
Well, one of these days, I will get you to commit to at least a one shot for us to play together.
I did agree to try it.
Yeah,
like at some point,
which I think would be a lot of fun.
Might be.
Anyway, that's the life update, guys. I just want to say thank you guys for being so patient. I know we haven't had an episode up in 2 weeks as of us recording this.
Well, one went up like last night, basically.
Right. But 2 weeks prior to that, hadn't had an episode up. But thank you again for being so patient. We're ready to do this thing.
Yeah!
We're talking about season 7 finale, The Dragon and the Wolf.
Yes, we are. And Zachy boy,
we've got a treat for you guys.
During our time off, I had an idea. An idea struck me that I thought would be very funny. And this may or may not work out, but fuck it, we're doing it because it's season 7. I texted Zach and I was like, hey, wouldn't it be funny if we had an AI write the recap for one of these episodes? And I was like, also it's season 7, so who cares? So we should let an AI write the recap for this episode.
Yeah, so we don't know how accurate this is.
Right. So that's the thing. What's also funny, or what I think is funny, again, this probably will not work out, is that we have not read this.
Yes.
So Zach, we also didn't talk about how we were going to split this up really, because it's like 1, 2, 3, almost 4 pages long. Yeah. Also, a lot happens in this episode. Well, you know what? It's better if we just talk about it anyway. I will start us off, I guess. I'll read the first 2 pages and then you finish us up from there.
Cool. Wherever you stop, I'll pick up.
Yeah. So this is okay. Also, I told the AI to.
Did you use Chat GPT?
No. Well, so I used Bing's. Like that's how I was playing around with it. Is like on Internet Edge Explorer, whatever the fuck they're calling it now.
Yeah.
You can just like pull up a sidebar AI, and I was like fiddling around with that. And I just typed in something and I was like, I wonder if I could have it write a recap for Game of Thrones. And I tried it and it started doing it. So here's what I did. My entire prompt was just write a funny recap of the Game of Thrones episode, The Dragon and the Wolf, and it spit this out, and I have not read it. I hope it's funny. We'll see how funny this computer is.
I have a sneaking suspicion it's not going to be funny.
I have a sneaking suspicion it's going to be funny, but not in the way that...
Not like have jokes. It's going to be funny because we don't know what it's saying.
Exactly.
Okay, well...
But here we go. Enough dilly-dallying around. This is Season 7, Episode 7, The Dragon and the Wolf, which is how this starts. The Dragon and the Wolf was the season's finale of Game of Thrones Season 7. And boy, was it a doozy.
Wait, AI chose that word?
AI chose doozy.
No shot.
This is
That's
off to
how
an
I
amazing
speak.
start.
How did it...
True. You are... No, wait, I'm the AI. Yeah, I'm the robot.
Yeah.
Here's a quick recap of what happened in case you missed it or need a refresher.
In case you missed it 4 years ago.
True. Catch up. Come on. Jon Snow and his merry band of misfits. Oh, I already like this AI. Arrived at King's Landing to show Cersei the white they captured beyond the wall. They hoped to convince her to join forces against the Night King and his army of the dead. But Cersei, being Cersei, true, had other plans. She agreed to a truce, but only if Jon pledged to stay neutral in the war between her and Daenerys. Jon, being Jon, great.
Also true,
refused to lie and declared his allegiance to Daenerys. Oh no, I can already see Cersei being Cersei stormed off and threatened.
Is that the bit?
Yeah, apparently this is this computer's favorite bit. Stormed off and threatened to abandon them to their fate. So far accurate, at least.
Yeah, accurate.
Oh no. Tyrion decided to risk his life and talk some sense into his sister. He managed to survive the encounter and even persuaded Cersei to change her mind and send her troops north. Or so he thought. Well done, computer. Oh no.
God damn it, dude.
Cersei being Cersei lied to his face and secretly plotted to hire the Golden Company, a mercenary army from Essos, to secure her hold on the Iron Throne.
Also true.
Hey, listen. Cersei do be Cerseiing, if you know what I mean.
Very, very, very accurate.
Meanwhile, at Winterfell, Sansa and Arya were playing a game of cat and mouse orchestrated by Littlefinger. Sure. Yeah, they were. He tried to turn the sisters against each other, hoping to eliminate one or both of them and gain more power in the north. Computer's really reading into this situation.
Yeah.
But Sansa and Arya being
I think the computer understands the situation better than we do.
Better than we do, for sure. Also, did you notice that the computer upped its game? It's now 2 people now.
Oh.
But Sansa and Arya, being Sansa and Arya, were smarter than he gave them credit for. True! They realized he was manipulating them and decided to turn the tables on him. They summoned him to the Great Hall and accused him of treason and murder. Littlefinger being Littlefinger.
God fucking damn, this is incredible.
Begged for mercy and denied everything, but Sansa and Arya being had enough of his lies and schemes. They sentenced him to death, and Arya slit his throat with his own dagger. Why don't you take it away, pal?
Oh my God. Hey, also, accurate.
True.
Accurate.
Good stuff so far.
It's really condensing.
Yeah, it actually is doing pretty good.
It's doing way better than we do.
True. We throw in a lot of bullshit.
Yeah.
Has it missed anything yet? We'll see.
Well, it's jumping around. Like, it's satisfying Winterfell.
Yeah, that's kind of true. Yeah.
Okay.
I like it. I'm into it.
Back at Dragonstone, Daenerys and Jon prepared to sail north with their allies. But before they left, they had a moment of passion in Jon's cabin.
Inaccurate.
Oh,
you
in
messed
Dany's
up AI.
cabin.
That's Dany's cabin. He definitely goes to her room.
Dude, unless she was already in there waiting for him. Maybe
true.
It was his. Yeah, I mean, we don't know.
Not the way she looked at him when he walked in, but maybe.
I'm surprised to see you here in your cabin.
Yeah. Oh, maybe that was part of her whole plot.
Wait, hold on. This is the verbiage.
This isn't my cabin? Oh.
This is the verbiage. They consummated their relationship unaware that they were actually aunt and nephew.
Hell yeah. AI is based. AI is so great.
How did we know that? Dude, even the cliffhanger's written into this.
How did we know?
Because Bran, I'll tell you how we know.
Hell yeah.
Because Bran and Sam being Bran and Sam.
Typical Bran and Sam behavior, am I right?
Am I right? Oh my God. They put their heads together, and then they put their heads together and figure out Jon's true identity.
Oh my God.
He was not the bastard son of Ned Stark, but the legitimate son of Rhaegar Targaryen and Lyanna Stark. His real name is Aegon Targaryen, and he had a better claim to the Iron Throne than Daenerys.
Ooh.
This seems like a synopsis for a fucking like a 90s like sitcom, like like just like the drama between each other, and then but this person being this person, and then the crowd laughs. Like there's the
yeah, true.
And finally, at the wall, Tormund and Beric watched in horror as the Night King arrived with his undead dragon, Viserion. He used Viserion's blue fire to blast a hole in the wall.
Hell yeah.
Allowing his army of the dead to march south. The wall being the wall.
Dude, yes.
This
AI is way funnier than us.
Dude.
We're fucking out of business, bro. It's over. It's Jover.
Bro, this is so good.
It's so funny.
The wall being the wall crumbled like a cookie.
Also a great joke, by the way.
The Night King, being the Night King,
fuck yeah,
smiled wickedly as he crossed into Westeros. And that's how the season ended. What a cliffhanger.
What a cliffhanger.
Am I
what a
right?
Recap. Jeez. Okay.
Yeah, dude, that was fantastic.
I feel like we just have to do that from now on. I don't know.
How about we just end it there, man?
Maybe,
that was
yeah.
way better than anything we could
okay,
come up
this
with.
has been today's episode. We'll see you guys. No, the repetition of all the bullshit and then stepping it up to two people being two people. And like
that's
just,
peak, dude. That's peak comedy.
Peak only for then to like, okay, I'm kind of getting tired of this. This is ridiculous. To then the curveball of, oh wait, what about an inanimate object?
Yeah.
Also, the wall being the
Very
wall.
good.
That's so good. That's this. We're seriously out of work, man. I don't know what we're gonna do.
Yeah, that was that, dude. I'm so glad you had that idea.
The robots are gonna kill us all. That was very fun. I did
Just
enjoy
drop that bomb.
Yeah, also, I'll just slip that way. Yeah, the robots are gonna kill us. I mean, it's everyone knows it's coming.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this thing. That was amazing.
That was fantastic. Initial thoughts, Scott.
You know, I will say for like the first 20-ish, a little over maybe minutes of this episode, I was not loving it.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I feel like the back half of it was a lot better than the first half.
Sure.
I think it was a pretty good episode.
I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
At how much better this episode was than I was expecting it to be.
True, for sure. I think I completely agree.
Even scenes with characters that I don't give a shit about, I was like, well executed.
Oh, I hope
Decent.
you're not talking about the one I think you're talking
well,
about.
I'm talking about part of that one, not the full part.
Okay, well,
we'll get there.
We'll get there. We have to start at King's Landing, obviously.
Yes,
because that's where it starts. The big meeting in the Dragon Pit.
Yes. So we are 0.7 seconds into this episode, and we've already got maybe it's all cocks in the end.
I knew you were gonna. I was like, oh, Zach's gonna love this.
I will say this. It's really bad still.
True.
I don't like. You tried to give me shit when we were playing games earlier today or maybe yesterday.
Yeah.
And honestly, probably giving our podcast shit because we make dick jokes all the time.
True.
But we don't take ourselves seriously. And you know what? In Benioff and Wise's defense, I don't think they were taking themselves seriously the last two seasons of this show either. So maybe
not.
They're warranted. But yeah, you know, you and I are just not as important as finishing this story and just using dick jokes all the time.
First of all, I'm very offended, and fuck you. No, second of all, you're right. I did love Bronn did have one really good line here where him and Jaime are obviously standing on the wall looking at all the shit that's coming
all
for
the king's
them.
horses and all the king's men.
Yes, and he says something about that. I do still like it when they say my lord and what have you, and Jaime responds with basically like, it'll fade with time. And Bronn basically says, if we live that long. Like, you know, he kind of looks around at all the Dothraki and all this bullshit, and he just goes, if we live that long. And I'm like, hell yeah, Bronn.
Yeah, it's not horrible, but it's, the dialogue is like, just insert dick joke, we'll be fine, move on. Like, that's how I feel those conversations went.
Their comedy writing has specifically very much gone downhill.
Yes.
Another quick comedy moment I did appreciate was as they're all walking to the Dragon Pit, Brienne looks like behind her to look at my dude, the Hound,
and he's like,
then turns and looks behind him like, who are you looking at?
Yeah.
Just a very small funny thing. I love Sandor so much.
I know you said that you didn't love the first 20 minutes of this, but I maybe have a slightly different sentiment.
Okay.
I really enjoyed these very short, quick reunions. I liked Brienne and Sandor.
That was, I think, the one I really
was very
liked.
good.
Yeah.
I liked Tyrion and Pod.
I thought it was okay.
And
because then Bronn ruins it again with his magic cock joke.
Yes, I was about to say that's the only bad thing. But I liked like seriously, Dinklage did a great job of just portraying like just a genuine like man, this is a pleasant surprise. Like he seems genuinely happy to see Pod.
That's fair.
I liked it. I thought it was fine. Oh, and then the last note I have here on the Hound and Brienne. I know I've said this before, but it's been several seasons because it hasn't really come up. But man, just like the way that the Hound like just genuinely loves Arya, is just so touching to me.
Yeah.
Like I
cares
love it.
for her anyway. Like
Truly.
I don't know if he's capable of love, but
sure,
yeah.
He's genuinely concerned and like I feel like in a way proud of her as well.
Definitely.
And it's just a very, very quick interaction between the two of them, but it shows that, and I really love and appreciate it.
I agree. I think it's Brienne basically says something effective like she doesn't need protecting anymore or something along
just
those lines.
Just only people who stand in her way.
Right. And
the Hound's like, I won't be doing that.
Right. There's definitely, you get the feeling like a sense of he's definitely like proud and happy to hear that.
Yes.
Which is great. I miss the two of them together like so much. Season 3, really good times, and season 4. Anyway. So this meeting. Oh,
hold on, wait. I have one quick thing because it's not actually in regards to the meeting. It's just getting there. The Dragon Pit is so underwhelming after having watched House of the Dragon.
Yeah, true.
Like there is zero chance that Vhagar fits in this fucking dragon pit. And Balerion.
Yeah.
There is no chance, dude.
Yeah. Because, we do see the dragon pit in its heyday in House of the Dragon, huh?
We do. And it's an enclosed dome.
I mean, it's like it's a ruin now, basically.
Right, I understand. But just like it being an enclosed dome, then it was massive to be able to fit their dragons in, and obviously it has like underneath, like that's where they kept them. But it was just such a spectacle in House of the Dragon.
Whereas
and
this is
aside from that, just the sheer size and enormity of the dragons we see.
Sure.
In House of the Dragon, it's like, what the fuck is this thing?
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. Daenerys, of course, has to come flying in on her dragon. What I love about this is just Cersei being so petty. Cersei being Cersei, am I right?
Yeah, am I right?
She pulls the whole, we've been waiting for quite some time. Just like, you made me wait, bitch, and I'm going to let you know that
I'm going to fucking say it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Very, very good. What did you like about this scene?
Okay, so here's how I feel. The arena meeting isn't a bad scene as an execution, minus some things, which I'll point out. It's just hard to buy in and appreciate that when I hate the premise of what is happening.
Sure. Agreed.
But it is a good scene. Like, their interactions, I like the character interactions quite a bit. Then Euron does his weird leaving thing. Obviously, it was a ruse. But I think where it really takes a turn and becomes like bad writing is when Tyrion decides that he's going to go talk to Cersei alone. I think that's bad. I don't think their scene alone is necessarily
right.
bad.
Okay, that's what I was going to clarify. Yeah.
Yeah, but like the way that Tyrion is like, the only way we can save this is for me to go talk to her alone, just didn't really work for me. I thought it was dumb.
Yeah.
And then when they get back after that conversation, it's even more dumb.
Yeah. I didn't love the way Sandor confronted his brother.
That's True.
It didn't feel. It just didn't feel true or good. I don't know. I can't quite put my finger on what I would do.
You know
different.
who's coming for you. You've always known.
Yeah. It's just
cool line in theory, but not really in practice.
Right.
It didn't really land.
It just didn't land or work for me.
I'm sorry.
The Euron stuff, like, I'm fine with the, like, him leaving and the ruse he pulls and his performance there, but, like, his opening part where he's like, little Theon and just being an asshole, it's like...
The only thing I appreciated about that, dude, is that Tyrion almost like looks at Jaime and is like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" Like,
right? Yeah.
Like
yeah.
I
and
like
Jaime
that.
kind of goes like tell me about it.
Yeah,
fucking
and
tell
then
me about
Tyrion
it.
just like kind of minces him, like, "Oh, he made a short." Hey, guys, remember what I said about people making short jokes? He's like,
was that mincing him though?
He just kind of made him look like an idiot. I don't think that Euron's capable of feeling like an idiot, but he made him look like an idiot.
He made himself look like an idiot. Let's be real.
Well, sure. But I just like that Tyrion's like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" Okay, fine. I guess I need to address it.
Yeah.
And then he's like, hold on. Dogs are doing dog things.
Doggies be doing doggy things.
Yeah. So yeah, he's like, he tells Theon, "Hey, remember what I said about people making short jokes?" And he's like, and the worst part is he had to fucking explain it. It wasn't even that good of a joke. Like, I liked that. I thought I had a good chuckle.
Did he explain his joke? Like, I don't even remember him doing that when Tyrion said that. It was like...
He does, yeah. He goes, like, "Seen as how you're the... Or, like... Who are you to talk about big issues, seen as how you're the smallest issue here?
Seen as how you're the smallest issue here is the explaining it?
Yeah, and he's like...
I thought
whatever.
That sounds like it's just part of the joke to me, but... It's part of the
Okay,
punchline.
okay,
Anyway,
Scott, confirmed you're on fan.
Let's ask the AI. What's a good? Is this a good joke? AI, tell us. Tell us, oh master.
Yeah, truly.
No, I just like. Listen, it's not a bad scene or a terrible scene. I agree with you. The arena they're in is a little underwhelming. I don't have as big a problem with that. Tyrion just kind of continuing his streak of not seeming to have any clue what he's doing just kind of continues to disappoint me. And then
that's fair. Yeah.
Jon being Ned, let's be real here.
Yeah.
Not Jon being Jon. Well, also Jon being Jon, but Jon being Ned, just going full, like, being a dumbass behavior, which he readily admits to, at least. Like,
yeah,
he knows this was a stupid move. I think that's the differentiator sometimes between him and Ned, is that he recognizes his
I like
own
his
faults.
words after it, man. I do like. I don't think that this was a bad character writing moment.
No,
like, I think this is very true to Jon, and I appreciate it.
No, and yeah, if that's the way I was meaning to sound, I didn't mean that. I think that is very true to Jon, and I do appreciate that. But it's also just like, sometimes you still gotta shake your head and be like, Jon.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely, dude.
God damn it, my
100% same page with you.
Yeah.
He has no finesse, no political finesse.
Yes.
And it's disappointing, but it's also refreshing to see intentional character writing.
Right. And there have been times along the way when you feel like he might have political finesse. So maybe that's what I'm finding a little more disappointing.
Sure.
But anyway, it's fine.
It's a
not
little
the best.
different,
It's not the
like,
worst.
managing the Northern Lords than it is, this. But I did have one call out in regards to the Hound and the Mountain thing.
Okay.
Not their meeting, their actual, like, words, or the Hound's words, because that was very bad. But the part that sold it for me, and then it crumbled like a cookie, because was how the Hound's interaction with Tyrion right before the Mountain shows up.
Yes.
And he says, like, "I left this city because I didn't want to die here. Am I going to die in the city?" Tyrion responds with, "You might." The Hound responds with, "Seems like every bad idea has some Lannister cunt behind it." And then Tyrion responds when he sees the Hound, or excuse me, when he sees the mountain, and some Clegane cunt to help see it through. And then the Hound looks up and his face drops when he sees the mountain.
Yes.
I was like, good. I like this dialogue. I like this interaction. I like this reaction. And then it kind of fell to shit when he actually confronts him.
Well, see, I think that's all part of it, because yes, the buildup is good there, but the staging of it was what was weird and didn't work for me, because just like what you described, what you talked about.
And then he walks away.
Yes, he looks up, sees Clegane, he walks away. It looks like he's going to walk up and confront them right there, but he like walks around behind and like takes his place where he's going to stand for the meeting, and everyone gets up there and gets all settled, and then he's like, oh,
okay,
wait,
my turn.
Now let me do my thing. And he walks out and around and walks on. I'm like, that's not Sandor. That's not.
Okay. That's very
why
fair.
I think it felt so weird to me.
Yeah.
Because
that's super fair.
If he had gone immediately up there and like confronted him right then and there, like I thought he was about to, it works.
Sure.
But the fact that he like waited for like the meeting decorum, or just like, you know, like, I want everyone to hear what a cool like speech I'm gonna make to this giant brother man that everyone's afraid of. It's just like, it felt weird and off.
Yeah.
And it seems like a small thing, but I think genuinely that is what ruined it for me. But anyway, what I would like to talk about, a couple scenes I really then loved, is the very quick scene between Jaime and Tyrion when Tyrion's about to go in to talk to Cersei.
Yes.
Just
you put those two on screen together, man,
right?
And it's gonna work.
Just really, it's a very short scene, but it's very quick. It's very good between the two of them. You know, like two idiots. You know, they say something like that. It's very good. And then, what can I say about Lena Headey that we haven't already said? Like, her performance is so good in this scene with Tyrion. Yes, and it's always so good.
Yeah.
But man, is it good here. Like, oh, she is killing it.
Yes.
She kills it.
Yeah.
And I really do enjoy the scene.
Despite my disappointment with Tyrion,
his
him acting with Lena Headey is great.
Yes, the performance is great. Again, the character Tyrion continuing to just not be able to do anything right.
Yeah.
But the performance in the scene is fantastic.
I especially love when she cuts him off. I won't hear it, not from you.
Yeah.
When he's trying to talk about how he loves it. And then they take a break, they take a breather, they reset, and he tries again. And she tries to cut him off again. And he's like, I don't give a fuck, dude. Like, I loved those kids, and you know it. I loved that scene.
That was very good. I love also how she, like, kind of after they've gotten through a bunch of that stuff, she says, I don't care about your reasons for why you did what you did. This is the result.
Yes.
And it's
it's powerful, man.
Right. You have exposed our family and all this. And it's a very, very good scene. Like, I cannot say enough good things about that. Honestly, I think, like, listen, like we talked about,
one of the better scenes of the season.
Yes, I don't think this episode is bad by any means. But for me, Lena Headey and Nikolai Coster-Waldau, Jaime, like, those two kind of carried this episode. Like, I think they were both.
That's fair.
So fucking good.
Yeah, that's very fair.
Did you have anything else to say about that scene?
Not about them two. Just when they get back outside is where I was going to go. Is that where you're
right? That's where I was going to go to. I really loved Jon's line to Daenerys about her having children thing, where she's like, "Oh, this witch that murdered my husband told me," and Jon just kind of like, it's almost like, you know how you have to patiently explain something to a child, like, did you think it was a good idea to put a fork in the microwave or something? You know, it's just like, did you think she might not be the most reliable source of information? Dude, I love that line from Jon. It's just like,
I had a comment about this too. Like, despite me not liking Daenerys as a whole, her seeing these interactions with her and Jon, and maybe it's just Jon that brings it out of her, and that's how we're supposed to see this, but it makes me really upset that like we didn't see this version of Daenerys more throughout the show. Like her acting and I feel like just like candidness and like being a human being with the way that she has these conversations with Jon is very good to watch.
You're 100% right.
It's so good for her character, and I think it's just so needed throughout the show for her to just be a little bit more, just likable for people like you and I who
no, 100%
who hate her. But
she's so much like softer and like reasonable and like,
dude, 100%.
Every time she's interacting with Jon, like she doesn't. It's almost like she's not afraid of like. She lets down like her walls, quite a bit when she's around Jon for whatever reason.
Right.
And well, I know the reason is because he's hot as hell.
Did you see that ass, dude? And
those
back dimples, dude. Come on. Bro.
Oh, I saw that ass. But yes,
Jon's ass being Jon's ass. Am I right?
True. Yeah, her their scenes together, like I think we talked about it from the beginning of the season, basically.
Yes.
Like, we don't love Daenerys, we don't love this season, but generally speaking, their interactions and their conversations are very good, and this is no exception. Like,
yes,
where she's like basically tells him, like, hey, I appreciate what you did. It was really fucking stupid, but it does mean something to me. And it's just like, wow, that's a very good human, like, emotional conversation and response to have, Daenerys.
And
well done.
From a not fully like in the story perspective, like there's a part in my heart that like adores Emilia Clarke, and it's just so refreshing to see a little bit of range and like, I guess just like her ability being used to like to do more. It's so nice to watch, dude.
Completely agreed.
There's a funny little bit that I just think it's like like, okay, I believe this. Okay, thank you. I think it's very stupid and funny that Jon just happens to find a tiny dragon bone, like a dragon jaw.
I thought about that also. It's very stupid.
Like, we're just supposed to believe that these are just still sitting here?
Those would not be those. Like, listen,
it's so dumb.
If I know my fantasy RPG ass worlds, dragon bone you can use that to craft you like a very good sword for sure. Like,
dude, this is the Baldur's Gate 3
that
talking.
shit is, it truly is. That shit is invaluable. That's like a legendary tier crafting material he just found over there.
It's like it would be glowing with gold.
Yeah.
If you walked by
for
that,
sure.
shit,
That's
so.
a shiny, as in the video game parlance. That's a shiny item for sure.
Yeah,
I also found that very funny. I'm
It's
glad
so
you picked
stupid.
that. I wasn't gonna mention that, but since you talked about it, I was thinking about that a lot.
Yeah, it's very stupid. But okay.
So,
dude, we have so much more to talk about. We need to.
This is a long episode, to be fair.
It is, yeah.
So Cersei comes back and is like, surprise, I'm actually gonna fight with you guys.
Psych! She's all too fast.
And everyone, including the people that know her the best, Jaime and Tyrion, just
believe it.
Just
dude.
fucking believes it. Fucking Cersei played Tyrion's ass especially so hard, and I'm just like, for like the 10th time this season, by the way, he's gotten played by one of his siblings.
Yeah. I wish Cersei played with my ass so hard.
I can't think past Jon's ass right now.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, it's just like, it's kind of if you can remove the sense of it, it kind of is like a cool moment in scene.
Sure.
But then like your mind starts working again, and it's like, wait, that doesn't make any sense though. Why would she do that?
Yeah.
Without any reassurances that.
Yes, I'm glad that you said that, because I will honestly admit that when watching this for the first time, I was like, "Ooh, that's cool. Like, this could be cool."
Yeah. Well, it's like a very powerful,
tension.
triumphant moment. It's
Yes.
it's like getting the United
Infinity Stones.
Right. It's like getting the it's like getting the
The band back together.
Well, no, but it's like
summoning Captain Planet. What are you trying to say?
I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's like Legolas and fucking Gimli working together. Like
it's like getting all 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons.
Yes, a Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. No, the Blue Eyes Dragon comes later. It's like Legolas and Gimli, even though dwarves and elves hate each other, like coming together and fighting for a good cause, and it's like against the true evil, and it feels cool, and like it should happen in the moment, but then you're like, wait, though, that doesn't, no, we've watched this character for 7 seasons, no fucking shot.
Yeah.
And the problem with that is none of the characters that live in this world have that second part come to them.
Yeah, they're not watching the same show we're watching.
They are not
apparently.
watching. Their ass is not watching the same show. Tyrion being Tyrion gets his ass played again.
What is that bit from How I Met Your Mother? Like they don't know about the Star Wars because they lived the Star Wars. Ted, do you remember
I do
this?
not remember that. No, but that's very good.
It's very funny, dude.
Anyway, I think that's all I have to say about the meeting.
Yeah.
Did you have anything else?
I think that covers. I feel like this is the most aligned you and I have been this season.
Really? Have we not
so
been
far?
A lot?
Well, I feel like we've.
Zach, it's literally been a month since we recorded the last episode. It's probably like
so
6
long.
since we recorded episode 1 of this season. My ass is not remembering.
Yeah, fair enough.
Let's talk about Winterfell.
Okay.
We can probably just do all the Winterfell stuff here, I assume.
Sure.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
We've talked about this throughout the season.
Okay.
And I guess because a lot of this I didn't fully remember how it had gone down. Like we've talked about many times, like I think I've seen this season twice.
Sure.
If that. So I guess I have to give them the benefit of the doubt. See if I'm reading this correctly, if you're reading it the same way.
Okay.
That all the stuff leading up to this between Arya and Sansa was in fact real, but that Sansa just now in this moment when she's having this conversation with Littlefinger, when he talks about like the deception game or whatever, finally starts putting the pieces together and figures things out, that he's actually the real shithead, goes to Arya, they clear up all the misunderstandings between them and live happily ever after. Is that what I am meant to believe? Or, like we talked about episodes ago, was this always their scheme? Were they performing?
Yeah. Yeah, it's I honestly I couldn't say, man. Like I feel like I guess let me answer your question directly. Okay. I feel like the intention of the show is that, yes, the light bulb went off in this episode.
Right. And that's what I think,
yes.
Especially later at the very end, I think when Sansa is talking about how she, or maybe it's when she says
recites
to
the
Littlefinger,
line back to Littlefinger.
Right, and she says something to the effect of like, I'm a slow learner, but eventually I do learn, or something to that effect.
The thing that I don't buy into is that I don't think that Arya would be played.
Right.
And for this equation to work, Arya had to have been played to some extent.
Right, both of them had to be played.
I can believe Sansa being played.
For sure, obviously.
But
Sansa
Arya,
being Sansa, am I right?
Yeah, Sansa being Sansa. God damn, this is the best. It's the best joke ever written.
It truly is. I can see why. It's like, it's the computer's favorite bit for a reason. That fucking computer loves that joke so much,
dude. But I think that Arya's character is just so bought in to loyalty and family.
Yes.
That I just don't think that this would have worked on her at the very least. So I don't know. Like it's an issue on the how it got there. I don't.
Yes.
I feel like maybe you and I may feel different about this just from like previous conversations we've had. I like the I don't know if it would be called a trial or execution, but like the scene. I like this.
No, yeah, I think it's good. I think the resolution of this storyline, I think, is good, and I liked it. It was everything leading up to it that was bad.
All right,
I think is where I've landed. Because, like I said, whether I'm supposed to read it as they were performing the whole time and they were playing Littlefinger and, you know, all these like confrontations and like, you know, arguments they had with each other was all a ruse and, you know, they were just building to this the entire time.
Right.
Or those were all genuine. And light bulb, like you said, went off on Sansa and they worked it out from there. I think the buildup doesn't work either way.
I agree with you. I think it should have been just clearer what was happening.
Right.
And make it make sense for their characters. Because
if it really is, the way I'm leaning and what I think the show is going for is the light bulb aspect.
Okay.
But if that's the case, like if they had done like a slower build of tension between Arya and Sansa, I could have believed it. The problem is they didn't. They just jumped straight to Arya walking in and being like, hey,
what the fuck is this?
What the fuck is this? I still hate you. I'm pissed off because
I've always hated you.
I've always hated you, even though that was like years ago and I was a child and it was just sister rivalry stuff. I'm not actually happy to see you. I think you're trying to steal Jon or to steal his title. What the fuck is this? You're a traitor.
Yes.
It's just like,
if they had put in the work for that, then yes. So that's a really good way to articulate it. I'm really glad that you've said that because I've also been struggling with how, like, in my head, I guess I've been struggling with, well, how am I supposed to perceive this? And also, what would I change to make it better? And I think that's it. Yep. I think that's it because it's not unbelievable that that this would happen. It's just unbelievable how quickly it blew up.
Right. I think, and I feel like we've talked about this many times throughout season 7. I think the idea, this skeleton is there. It's just the execution has like floundered. Like many times. And this is a big one. Like for that tension between them to be believable, it needed to have a slow build and more go into it. And they didn't put in the work. And that's where I land on that. I will say, I felt like, going back a little bit, the scene between Littlefinger and Sansa, like, when they're alone together, I was like, this is like the best Littlefinger scene in a long time, where she doesn't just immediately brush his ass off and he's running around like trying to figure his shit out. It's like, oh, this is the Littlefinger that, you know, we liked and respected for so long.
Right.
But then it turns out, I don't know, again, it wasn't all a ruse, or did she finally just realize? Whatever. Either way, solid scene between them. And I think I do like kind of the way he went out. I think this is a fitting end for him because he tries to go to all his options. You know, he tries to just like, Lord Royce, get me the fuck out of here. That fails. He goes for begging, you know.
Shouts to Aidan Gillen. Like, his performance was very believable here in this.
You know, I love the way he performs.
Sansa, please.
I think at the end of the day, I like this scene. I think it works. It's just what built up to it did not.
Cool. I'm happy to hear you say that, honestly.
Yeah.
So anything else in the North? Oh, actually, yes. I'm sorry. Yes, one last thing. The final scene between.
Oh, really good.
Yeah, between Sansa and Arya. Loved it. Talking about dad.
Yep.
The lone wolf thing that they say. It's great. Looking out on,
See,
you know,
this
over
is how
Winterfell.
I believe their interactions would have went, like, the entire time.
Exactly.
Because
in fact, we have one of these interactions.
Earlier
and then
in
it
the
turns.
Season. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
And it just turns out of nowhere. Whatever.
The Theon fight is dumb and doesn't make sense. That's my take on the Theon.
Yeah,
shit.
so this is what I wanted to talk about.
I figured it had to be this.
Listeners, watchers, if you're not new here, you guys know we don't really give a fuck about Theon.
True.
Really, really heavy character arc for this guy, but it's just hard. It's hard to be on his side. It's hard to buy into him, and
see,
wasted space and a lot, in my opinion. But the scene between him and Jon,
that's what I was gonna say.
I really liked. Like,
I it was
really, really liked it.
Yeah. I liked it. It's what comes after is really
exactly. Yeah, what comes after is terrible. And can I just say, dude, like, I know that I've kind of gotten on this like train of just bitching about all the dick joke stuff. But dude, like why is it so easy for these writers to just go there always? Like, I genuinely like. Does getting your dick chopped off mean that your fucking pelvis is steel plated?
That's what I was literally just gonna say.
It would still hurt so bad.
Can we talk about how probably more because you have
getting hit on bone?
Well, no, like you have a wound there. Like that's like regardless of how long ago that was and how much it is healed, like that would fucking hurt like hell.
Yeah. Have you guys ever gotten hit right on a scar or or gotten cut on a scar? That shit hurts.
Yes.
But regardless of that, just getting kneed anywhere.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck if it's on your leg.
Right on
dude,
your pelvis, that would
dude.
fucking hurt like
it fucking
hell.
Hurts. Like, it's so dumb.
No, that's his superpower, bro. Don't you know? He doesn't have that cock or balls now.
And they're like,
oh,
hey, like, let's write this in because he doesn't have a dick. It's gonna be great. Like, I fucking cannot stand that shit. It really set me off, dude. And
the entire premise of this fight is so stupid because it's just like everything we've seen about the Iron Men and what their deal is about. They would not give a shit who won this fight. Right. Like they're gonna go do what they do.
It paints these people as fucking idiots and children.
Yeah.
And it's just a bad job of how like this fight could like I don't think that it would have fixed them like supporting Theon. I think their mistrust or I don't know if I'd call it hatred, but just like them being pissed off at him for leaving Yara, I think that's real and warranted.
Sure.
In any situation. If Theon had gone out there and this guy challenges him and Theon took the first punch, like if he swung first, I would have loved that. I would have loved this fight.
I don't know if I'd go that far, but it would have been better. Because they already think he's a coward, so he should have been the one to initiate the fight.
He should have been like, I need to prove myself to these men. And I can't just stand there and fucking look like a sad puppy.
He had to prove that he has a steel pelvis first, though, bro.
It's so bad, dude. It's so
bad,
aggravating. And I don't know why I'm so passionate about this because it's fucking Theon.
Yeah, true.
But like, it's just so bad.
It was really dumb.
So
it was really dumb.
This is one of those things. Actually, I'm gonna do a little request to listeners and watchers. There's two things I really want to ask you guys about, and I would love some feedback, whether it's a comment or a message or whatever. I want to know what you guys think about the Arya Sansa thing. Like, how do you guys think it played out? Do you think
Are we reading this completely wrong?
Yeah,
like,
truly,
there's some other
genuinely want to know.
Yeah.
And two, like, do you guys give a fuck about this Theon stuff? Like,
Theon and Yara,
terrible. Yeah, I need to know
storyline.
But okay.
I will agree, though. I think the scene between him and Jon is very solid.
Very good.
Jon again just proving what a fucking great dude he is. Like,
it's not my place to forgive you for everything. I love that.
But I loved that line as well. But what I can forgive, I do. Jon's fucking great. Like, listen, we stand Jon here.
Yeah.
Does it then go back to King's Landing, right? Is that our next thing? Am I missing anything?
I think so.
This is Cersei and Jaime, basically, right?
Yes, Cersei Jaime scene. Dude, this scene fucking rules, man.
It does.
I fucking love Jaime. And I love Lena Headey.
That's what I said, dude. They carry this episode. They're both so good.
Love this.
This scene is fantastic.
Yes. I don't know if I like this one more than
her and
Cersei Tyrion, but they are both so
close.
incredibly high. Like, they are miles ahead of every other scene in this episode.
By the way, yes, 100%. Cersei be spitting about she has fucking dragons. What good are our armies gonna help?
Truly, dude.
She kind of be spitting.
I like her read on Dany too.
Yes.
Like, how many dragons did you count?
Yep.
No, she showed up with all her Unsullied, all of her Dothraki. Like, she's here flexing.
Cersei
something happened.
Kind of killed it. She had a phenomenal plan. She played Tyrion like a fiddle. Ain't no way you can tell me that her putting her hand on her stomach wasn't totally like planned and, done on purpose.
Right.
She 100% wanted Tyrion to know that she was pregnant, but
yes,
didn't just want to outright tell him. She had a great funny line about, I always knew you were the dumbest Lannister. Her one weakness, her one flaw is her pettiness. Her pettiness about Jaime meeting with Tyrion kind of ends up losing her Jaime in this moment.
Yes.
Because like everything else she's doing here, A+, number one, she's fucking crushing it. She's got way more forethought and planning than anyone on the other side has even dreamed about.
Truly.
But
yes,
I feel like she could have talked Jaime into staying regardless. Maybe not. I mean, Jaime's on a big, like, trying to honor
healing path.
Right. Healing, trying to honor his word trip here. So maybe not.
Sure.
But I feel like if she hadn't got really pissed and been upset at him about him meeting with Tyrion, like, she might have convinced him to stay. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's, I feel like, her fatal flaw here. It's like, you gotta let that go, Cersei. But also Cersei gonna Cersei,
Cersei gonna Cersei.
Yeah.
I do kind of feel like, aside from her being pissed off about Jaime and Tyrion meeting, I think that she kind of like lost a lot of points from Jaime when he realizes that she conspired with Euron.
Right. Well, that's what
him.
loses. That's why Jaime gets pissed off, I think.
Right.
Right. Okay, yes, I see exactly what you're saying. That's why I feel like if she wasn't
him in the fold.
Right, if she had brought him in the fold, if she wasn't busy being petty about the him and Tyrion
okay,
thing,
I understand what you're saying. Okay.
Right, I didn't say that well. She would have brought him into the plan, and I
possibly
feel like
kept him around.
Possibly kept him around. Again, his whole thing right now, and has been for a while, is honoring his word and trying to do a full image restore for my guy.
Sure.
So maybe not, but I think for him, one of the big damning factors was he hates Euron, obviously, and the fact that she conspired with Euron behind his back was a big deal to him for sure.
Right. I have wondered this for a while, and I don't know if it's me being like dumb. I'm curious your thought. I have always felt like Jaime should have, like, when he leaves, I felt like he should have tried to assemble a small Lannister force. Like, he is their acting, like, commander. Like, he's head of their entire army. Like, should he, like, not only for him and to help the cause in the North, but also to cripple Cersei in a way. Leave her with less men. Is that dumb? Is that a dumb thought? Like,
no. I know what you're saying. I always kind of viewed it as maybe he does and we just don't see it. Like I really, really loved, it's a kind of a small thing, but just the sequence of him riding away from King's Landing alone, and then we get the snow starts falling and we get the shots of King's Landing with the music and the snow falling. It's fucking great, and I loved that. Mm-hmm. But just like, there's something about him going on that kind of solitary journey, like, that just shows, like, he doesn't care if he has to go it alone. He's going to keep his word.
Sure.
That I think hits harder.
That's fair. It might be more character driven.
Right.
Which it's fine.
I think that's
totally fine.
The way it works for me. But this scene is fantastic. Both of them, Nikolai and Lena Headey, just crush it. I feel like I really like the Tyrion and Cersei scene, but I think this was my favorite scene of the episode.
Okay. I could see that.
Anything else you have to say about that?
No, I'm ready to go back to Winterfell with Sam.
Dude, Sam rules so much.
Sam fucking rules.
Sam fucking rules. The way, see, Sansa and Arya are just busy being weirded out by Bran, and they don't know how to talk to him, and are just uncomfortable around him.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Sam just walks in and then he's
having the reactions that we would have.
Yes. He's just so upfront and honest about it, and it just works.
He's like, "Oh, did you see that?
Yeah,
you saw that? You had that in vision."
Yeah. And dude, then also immediately just like, can you see when they like start to figure things out? Like, look at this, dude. You say you can see stuff. Go look at it. And I'm like, thank you, someone, for saying these things.
Okay, so there's layers here of what I like. I love Sam.
Sam
of course.
Sam fucking rules.
Although Bran is the most boring character ever.
True.
They still found a way to give him some humor.
I was going to say,
not him as a person, but just the act he did.
Well,
he's like, did you see it in a vision? And he just holds up the letter.
Yeah. Well, see, even that's way more personality than he's had this entire season.
Yeah. Well, see, I don't know that I see that so much as Bran personality as much as him just being like. Him just being like physical and communicating with few words.
Right.
But it was funny.
Maybe I'm reading some cheekiness into it that's not actually there. You're probably right.
So I love that.
Yeah.
But also I think what I love that's maybe a deeper look that I really love is that Bran is not this all-knowing thing. Like I love that Sam had to help get to this understanding. His power is very great, but like he has to know where to look,
right?
In order to get the information that he wants, which I love. Like he's just not this all-knowing thing. I really, really, really liked it a lot.
I 100% agree. I do think it's a little ridiculous that Sam had to go on a 2.5 season journey to the south and back again just to tell Bran, hey, can you look here at this time?
Yeah.
But listen, it is what it is. It's fine.
We should write a fanfic called To the South and Back Again.
I think you're just doing the there and back again Lord of the Rings thing, but anyway.
I mean, you didn't need to call me on that. You could have just agreed because it's a good idea.
So yeah, Jon Targaryen Aegon, man. What do we think about this? I mean, how much did we talk about this at the end of last season? I can't even remember. I think we danced around it a little.
Yeah, we danced around it. This is a big reveal, and honestly, we're kind of taking this.
Yeah, we are short.
Like we're really shortchanging how big of a deal this is. If this is your first time,
Sam rules, bro.
Yeah,
Sam fucking rules.
If this is your first time watching Game of Thrones and you have been going steady with the pod and watching, episode by episode, which I know many of you are, this is a hell of a
This
reveal,
is big.
guys. This is big stuff. And although it was all but confirmed last season, it is finally like specific and very
we
clear.
Knew that Jon was Lyanna's son. And
correct.
We knew that, well, not knew. We pretty much knew that Rhaegar was the father. What we didn't know, the big thing here, is that Jon is not, in fact, a bastard, and that he, not in fact Daenerys, is the true heir to the Iron Throne.
Right.
And that is enormous.
Right.
Because
which is a big deal because I feel like it has the potential to cause a rift in their relationship, but it's less of a big deal because I feel like leaders are slowly moving to being chosen rather than
also
by heir.
Yeah.
But regardless, this is a huge fucking reveal, and for the handful of you all that are new to Game of Thrones, this has been something that has been predicted for a very long time, but never confirmed, of course.
Theorized about. Yeah,
Theorized.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah, that's the right word. Mm-hmm. Theorized for a very long time. R plus L equals J has been floating around for fucking ever.
Mm-hmm.
And here's a fun little fact. I know, Scott, you know this, but for you commons out there, commons be commoning, am I right?
Commons be
no, this genuinely is kind of a cool fact. And maybe is giving some credit to Benioff and Wise that I don't want to, because fuck them, but they approached George Martin.
Oh, yeah.
To write this show, and he declined, and finally he said, I'll let you write the show if you can tell me who is Jon, like who Jon's parents are.
Mm-hmm.
And they guessed it. I have a sneaking suspicion that they probably did not read all the books in deepness and in thoughtfulness. I have a sneaking suspicion that they may have just like found the answer online, but
this is your big diatribe that you want to go on.
No, I mean, I'm just saying, like there's just been so many things didn't they make a comment? Okay, I'm getting off on tangents, and I'm sorry.
Yeah, you are.
But didn't they make a comment once about like saying something that like Brienne isn't a point of view character?
I don't remember.
I'm pretty certain that they said that Brienne was not a point of view character, and like people were like, "No, she absolutely is."
When did this turn into like the Benioff and Weiss hate podcast? When did you get on this tangent?
Well, I mean, I guess when we got to season 7.
Oh,
dude.
true, fair. You know what? Listen, fair enough.
But anyway, I guess it's a cool little nugget that I think is interesting because this book obviously is not out yet. In the books, Jon's parentage has not been confirmed, and they were only given the thumbs up by George Martin to attempt to produce this show if they could tell him who his parents were.
Well, also, George was sure he would have the books finished by the time they got here.
Yeah. George
being George, am I right?
George being George, are we right? Yes. That's really... whatever. All right, we don't need to talk about that anymore.
Big moment, regardless. Again, reconfirming things we already know, but also going a little bit further, and really just letting us know, hey, Jon's banging his aunt right now, and look at that ass.
And
am I
looks
right?
really good doing it.
It looks so good doing it. I love the fact, this is actually from earlier, but when they're having like the scene on Dragonstone, Jon pretending to like, oh, look, Daenerys, if you really want to win the North, you should, come with me, and, so we can really prove that we're alliance together.
You should come with me so that you can come with me.
Come with me, yes! The goddamn it, Zach!
Oh, did I take your joke?
No, I mean, you basically thought of it as I thought of it also.
Okay.
But no, he really just wanted some bedroom time, is the whole thing. I mean, and my man is out here pretending that it's
Daenerys
for the North.
Shit, and also they might die very soon. Like, you gotta get it in.
You gotta get it in. Also, Jon being like, hey, so, you have this whole theory from this witch about you not having children. Maybe we figure it out. I don't know.
He's all, let me find out.
Let me help you find out. Let me help you do some research.
Let me find out. That's really good.
That's so funny.
Jon did not swipe right. Let me just say that. They matched up hard, and man, I wish I had his ass.
Did some other things very hard, I'm sure.
It didn't seem very hard. It seemed
you thought
like
it was pretty
passionate.
tender? Yeah.
It was pretty tender. Right. That's how he is. He's not a hard kind of guy. He's a tender kind of guy.
With your tongue.
Jon makes love. He doesn't fuck.
True. What you think Tyrion was like Why does Tyrion have to look so creepy in this scene?
Dude, Tyrion got cucked, dude, so hard.
Why
in the shadows, just like...
Why do they have to make him look like such a creepy stalker? Like, what is going on?
I think it's supposed to be like a... Like, oh shit, he knows, like, this is gonna be an issue.
I mean...
But why, like, or maybe, like, why would he think it's an issue?
Well,
like,
I think he already knew they had the hots for each other because he talked about it with Daenerys. And it's like...
Yeah.
I feel like this is only a good thing, it should be a good thing as far as he's concerned.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he's a powerful leader.
Yeah.
She's, like, who he wants. Like, anyway. I don't know why they made Tyrion look so creepy in that scene.
Yeah.
Last thing, of course, is the falling of the wall.
Yo, why does this episode have 7 endings?
It kind of does, doesn't it? I mean, it's a season finale. A lot of them do that because you have to wrap up a lot of storylines.
Okay, fair.
Zach, okay, all right, you convinced me.
I kind of think that the dragon scene should have been the opening to season 8.
No, I disagree.
That would be so hype. What a way to kick season 8 off.
No. Didn't you listen to the AI? And that's how the season ended. What a cliffhanger. Like, you got to have that cliffhanger.
I guess.
Also, they do have a habit of ending seasons with, like,
White
Walker stuff.
That's fair.
So
anyway, yeah, this is cool. Somehow, some way, I'm sure you all know, Tormund is gonna be fine.
Oh yeah, we saw him. They ran to the not knocked down part of the wall.
Yeah.
Him and Barrack, they'd be sprinters, man. Just they learned from what's his name,
dude. Yeah, they took some cross country classes.
They were
from
like,
fucking...
"Hey, yo, you gotta teach us that shit." Straight up teleport, my guy.
They trained with Pycon, dude, up on that planet and learned instant transmission.
Oh my god, that is a deep ass cut.
That is a deep cut.
I think Pycon is like filler also. Anyway.
No, he's the one that teaches Goku.
I don't think that's accurate. No, Pycon is someone. This is a Dragon Ball Z thing for anyone that's very confused as what we're talking about. I'm confused as to what we're talking about.
That's when they meet the Grand Kai, the
no
old
one cares.
guy.
Zach, I do have an overall thought I had during the middle of this episode that I want to share with you.
Okay.
I don't like how everyone's costume design has just become black or dark brown.
Yep.
It's so drab and boring, and I don't like it. Like the Lannisters used
beautiful detail in their costuming.
Yes, true.
Which I want to give credit to the people who worked on that stuff.
Yes,
but
the costumes are beautiful.
But black is like oh, you know what? Actually, there were a lot of people that talked about this when House of the Dragon was coming out. How vibrant.
Yes,
House of the Dragons is because they do a really good job of portraying the different house colors and.
Yep.
And yeah,
shit, she's wearing green.
that means something, dude.
Shouts to that episode. That was so funny.
Green like Pycon, am I right?
Cersei, when I fucking hate you. Cersei, when she first like walked to the throne in her black like queen outfit was cool and all, but like that scene has passed. Like you can wear more than black. I hate the black Kingsguard armor. I think it's stupid.
Yeah.
It's just everyone is wearing black or dark brown, and I realized it. I think I've been feeling it for a while now, but I realized it in this episode. Like, this shit's boring, man. Like, the Lannisters used to wear, like, their colors are red and gold. There is no black. Like, Daenerys, fine. Honestly, Daenerys is one of the brightest colored ones. Like, she's wearing that, like, gray and red
It's got,
coat.
like, gray, yeah. White, like, red, black. Yeah.
Anyway, I don't need to make this a long thing. I was just thinking about that, and I was like, listen, the costumes are gorgeous. Don't get me wrong. It's just the color palette could use some work.
I agree. As they get, I mean, like, this isn't a justification for the South stuff, but as you get into the North, when everything is white, the black does contrast really well, like, just visually.
Oh, here comes photographer Zach. I'm kidding. You're an asshole. Zach, do you have any more final thoughts about this episode?
Nah, man, go ahead.
No, I'm done.
No,
That's
man,
all.
go ahead.
That
dude.
was
It's
my
all you.
last one.
It's all you, bud.
Costume design.
Oh, Scott, the costume designer. Oh,
True,
dude.
True. Let me ask the AI.
Costume designers be costume designing.
Designing. Let me ask the AI what it thinks of. Fuck. How did I do that again? What it thinks
It
of
doesn't
the
matter.
costume design.
I think it's time for that thing we do, Scott.
Is it time for that thing we do?
I think it is. I've got nothing else to talk about.
All right. Hell yeah.
Your AI thing doesn't matter. Hey, you got it right.
Hey, I
You.
got it right.
I'm
That's because I
proud of you.
practiced before the episode started. It had been so long, I had to practice. This is Who Be Thrown In, where we last left off 18 years ago. The Night King had taken our number one spot, followed by the master of sprinting himself, Gendry. Tyrion? What did he had a good scene with Daenerys, I guess. Oh, this was the shit episode, right?
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Replace that with, this was the season 7 episode, right?
Yeah, true. Tyrion was 3rd, Daenerys was 4th, and Jon was 5. Okay. I'm gonna pull everyone down. I know
You can
Gendry
get
wasn't
rid
in
of
this.
the NFL first round draft pick.
It's a fucking world record holder in the 40-yard dash. Yes. The Night King definitely has a case for the rest of these have a case for staying.
Sure.
Zach, give me the name of someone who you think
Cersei,
100%.
fucking Jamie, 100%.
Yep.
Sansa, Arya are contenders. I have a feeling that I am going to put other people above them, but they are contenders.
Yeah. I agree with all of these. One, I would shut the fuck up. Wait, what did I do?
I wish people could see the fucking grid.
Fucking Christ. There she is. There's my girl. Sam. I think Sam should get strong consideration. This is not a small thing that he has helped find out. Not a small thing. Sansa did I get? Oh, I didn't get Sansa yet, did I? Where's Sansa? The Night King for sure. This might be everyone.
Yeah, I'm gonna. If we're going strictly
I think
off
that's everyone.
movement in this episode, I'm giving first place to Night King. But Lena Headey
Here's my take.
made me love this episode.
My take.
Made me really enjoy this episode.
Yes. My take is as we've gone on and as we've done more and more of these lists, I feel like I appreciate power position and who's moving and shaking way less than just like who made me enjoy this episode.
Fair.
So for that reason, and also for the reasons of she fucking kind of put on a clinic with her 1L being that she kind of has lost Jamie for now. I would like to put Cersei's probably at number 1.
You won't hear an argument from me on that.
Okay.
Yeah, like for anybody who's up in arms about this, Cersei, like I agree with what you said. Like the people that make you enjoy the episode have good performances and just like help elevate the episode, I think, are the things that you and I care about more. But even if it was a power track,
Right.
she still played them.
She's
She's still the queen. And she still has the most sound plan for victory.
Strategy. Yep.
Let her enemies destroy themselves.
Also, she basically mimics my guy. Fucking, I gotta think of his name right now. John's like right hand dude.
Davos?
Davos. Yes, thank you, Jesus. It's been too long, Zach. She basically mimics Davos. Like, hey, I saw that burn. What makes fire? You know that whole bit.
Yeah,
Remember
yeah.
the dragon thing? Yeah, big shouts to Lena Headey. Again, her performance is phenomenal. She was
Truly.
part of the 2 best scenes in the episodes, without a doubt. And she's also doing work. I have mixed feelings on the Night King, because obviously what he did is a big deal, but we also gave him one last week, and fuck him, I want to give spots to other people.
Okay. I mean, I have no buy-in to the Night King.
Okay, good.
Last week's episode sucked, so like,
true.
it made a lot of sense for us to use him.
We kind of gave him credit for the dragon and what was to come last week anyway. I would like to put Jamie at 2 solely based on performance, but I don't know how well that's going to play with you. Also, I feel like the character choice that he made is very good and interesting.
That's such a good argument, man. Jesus. Yeah, but Jon has that ass, dude.
Jon does.
Jon's
have
getting
that
it
ass.
in and has that ass.
He also was real dumb in this episode, though. He was very
so
cool.
Dumb.
He
but
was very
Dany told
cool.
him that she respects it.
And he had a very good line about do you think she may not have been a reliable source? He also had a good scene with Theon.
He did have a good scene. He had good scenes, and he's getting it in, and he has that ass.
And Jamie is the opposite of getting it in. He's getting it out.
Yeah. The old pull-out method, huh?
I'm not...
Their position just isn't really great, though.
That's the thing.
Neither is Jamie's.
No, he's kind of on his own. Is there?
What about Tyrion? I mean, Tyrion
got played so
scene.
hard, but he did have he had a very short, good scene with Jamie, and then a fantastic one with Cersei. I'm a little torn on Tyrion.
Yeah, he is taking L's left and right, and he's getting played.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I just sold myself out of. I honestly, I feel like it's got to be Jon or Jamie, dude. In my opinion,
I 100% agree. I think they're the next 2. What order do we put them in? I lean Jamie, but I could go either way.
Yeah, the character decision thing is winning me over. I think we go Jamie Jon.
Okay.
It's just so powerful and so good to watch. Like this is good character writing, and
I do
and
not
this
remember,
season doesn't have enough of it.
Exactly. I do not remember that scene hitting me as hard as it did, like on this rewatch of Cersei and Jamie. Like that scene was powerful and very, very good. I feel like we should give shouts to Sansa. I don't know if we can. We're gonna.
Is it Sansa or Arya that?
That's what I was gonna say. I don't know if we're gonna fit both of them. So do we lean?
I think we lean
feel like
Sansa.
I lean Sansa.
Yeah. I was gonna say that because if what I'm understanding the show's intention is, Sansa had the realization in this episode, so she does make up some big ground on that. And again, provided this is how this actually went down, she makes the call to do this. I mean, she passed the sentence, she orchestrated this, and Arya just, cuts his throat. I think Sansa is a solid 4 on this.
I completely agree with you.
I think Sam or Dany?
I go Sam for this last spot. For the audio listeners, our contender, or we have Cersei, Jamie, Jon, and Sansa up there. Our remaining contenders for the final spot are Arya, Daenerys, Tyrion, and Sam. Daenerys just didn't do a lot this episode.
It's true. I mean, she fucked.
She did. She had that one.
She got that ass.
You know what? Hey, number 1 spot. Number 1 spot, honestly.
Dude, truly. What's better than having that ass? Getting that ass.
Getting that ass, indeed. She just didn't do a lot.
She didn't. Like, other than her quiet moment with Jon.
With Jon, which I really appreciated.
I did like.
Yes.
It's just, it really is just not at the level.
I could be convinced for either Tyrion or Sam, but
I don't think it's
lean
Tyrion.
Sam.
Tyrion's off in my opinion.
Okay.
I think it's Sam.
All right. Let's go
Sam
then.
Sam coming through with the final reveal of Jon's parentage, and also just like being fucking thoroughly weirded out and showing actual reaction to Bran being a psycho.
Sam making a Bran scene good is like truly miraculous behavior.
Yeah.
How you literally cannot put
Agreed,
a price on
1,000%.
All right, that's where we're gonna land. Then that actually wasn't too bad.
I gotta say, this is a list of heavy hitting characters, man. This is some heavyweights right here.
Coming off last week's fucking list, this list rules. Where we ended, Sam took the 5th spot. Sansa for Jon Snow. I'm not gonna call him Aegon Targaryen at 3. And Jamie, I just totally lost my train of thought. Jamie at 2 and Cersei at 1. That is our final Who Be Thrown In for season 7. Zachy boy, we have 6 episodes left.
6 episodes left of Game of Thrones. What? Oh man,
I'm gonna
getting down to the wire.
Have all my jokes written by AI from now on because I feel like that we got so much mileage out of that.
That's the only way I am. I right?
God. God, that bit was so funny. I loved that so much. We probably shouldn't do that again, but it was very fun.
That was very
maybe
funny.
We should.
Maybe we should. It's season 8, dude. It's totally fine.
Well, that's okay. Listen, I was thinking about this. We have now arrived at kind of the entire reason we're doing this. We're finally here.
That's very true. For those of you who maybe joined midway and did not realize, neither Scott or I have rewatched season 8 at all since it came out.
Since it originally aired, yes.
Correct. And a big part of this journey was, did we love it? Did we hate it? I think this is okay. We'll probably restate some of this. But just to give you guys a little nibble, Scott and I didn't hate season 8 the way that most of the Game of Thrones fan base did. It definitely has its issues.
Yes,
but I think that the way that you and I have talked about it before is we both feel like season 7 is the worst.
Yes.
But there are issues in season 8, and so, despite how much we adore this show, after watching season 8, we never went back and rewatched. Like, I have rewatched season 4. I have rewatched episodes or scenes, aside from us, doing the podcast. Like,
I was going to say, like, of course we have, bud. We've been doing it
you understand what I'm saying.
I do.
But I've never gone back and rewatched season 8. And so I think a big part of this was, like, with some perspective and with like letting the dust settle, we wanted to approach this with a little bit more of a particular lens and figure out what our final thoughts are on this and put it to bed, because we are the only definitive source of what to think about Game of Thrones. So
of course
we thought we'd do that service for you guys.
I like how you mentioned let the dust settle a little bit, because I feel like I'm glad that we gave, like 4-ish years have probably passed since that era. Like, some time has passed, some time to kind of, have a different perspective on things.
Sure.
And, now we've taken a very close and careful lens to every episode leading up to this. So,
and it's interesting,
I'm excited
too,
to
like,
see
this
how
journey
it's
has
go.
been like it's really highlighted things that I loved, and it showed me things I didn't realize I loved.
Yeah.
And it's also helped me realize that some of the things that I initially like felt, I guess, like compelled by were maybe a little just not as great. So I'm curious. Like, I especially am thinking about the episode "The Children," which I've always said is like my favorite Game of Thrones episode. But I don't think I have that feeling anymore. I don't think it's bad by any means. Please don't misunderstand.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just think it's a cool thing. So I'm excited to put season 8 under the lens. And I am, honestly, Scott, I haven't felt really excited moving through season 7, but I am excited to rewatch season 8 because this is almost like going in relatively new.
For sure. I'm 100% with you. Like, honestly, like, I feel like part of the reason we've, life has been busy, but part of the reason we have took such a long time between episodes was just like, we weren't really feeling season 7. And I feel like that played at least a little bit into it. But I gotta say, like, I enjoyed this episode. Like, we need to do the rating. I'm kind of transitioning to this. I don't know why I felt the need to explain that.
You're pulling the old you're on, I see.
Fuck you. I hate you for that one.
You're on.
The more I think about those couple scenes with Cersei, like, this episode is kind of growing on me, and it's reinvigorating me to keep watching and keep going. I think I'm gonna give this episode an 8.
That's powerful, man. I was honestly floating in that same space. I was thinking 7.5. This episode does have a lot, though. Like,
it's a long episode, yeah.
It is a long episode, but credit where it's due. Like, a lot of the execution in this episode is good.
Yeah. Better than it has been throughout the rest of
Better than
season
it
7.
has been, definitely. Minus the Theon fight thing bullshit.
Even
that was
just
rough.
That was so bad. Like I said, little things like the quick scene of like the snow falling on King's Landing. I feel like those little touches have been missing,
Truly. Yeah, man, that's such a good call out. Yeah, I think you've convinced me, dude. I think 8 is a solid rating.
Let's go.
Yeah,
the boys are back together again.
Yeah, apparently. Yeah, that's surprising. I didn't think we'd have a score that high in season 7. I think that's the only score this high in season 7.
We definitely need to at some point go back and tabulate. I mean, I've definitely been doing that, but we also low key need to tabulate the scores, because at some point we're gonna need to fucking like rank these episodes or some bullshit. I'm sure we're gonna do.
That's gonna be a nightmare.
Yes, it is.
Guys, listen. Thank you guys so much for listening and for watching the season finale of season 7. Stay tuned for season 8.
Hey, a better episode than you probably remember. Go watch it.
Yeah, truly. Yeah, it's been fun. Go watch the thing. But before you do that, leave a comment, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Do all those things that help people posting videos on YouTube and podcasters. Oh, go ahead.
You know what would help the YouTube people wanting to tune in if you showed us a cute puppy?
Oh.
Is she available?
She's not available. No.
Well, you just screwed us out of. You just screwed us out of 1 million subs. Fuck you,
dude. Truly, man. And then she could have been our fucking what is it? Thumbnail.
Mascot? Oh.
No, thumbnail.
Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah, Game of Thrones. Murphy the pup. Yeah, man.
Well, I guess you'll just have to go to our social media now to see Murphy. Oh.
Don't look at the social media. I haven't really been great on that. Anyway, love you guys. Leave us a review. Do all the things that are great for us, and we'll see you guys next time. Thank you guys for listening. Goodbye.
Let me ask the AI, how do you be good at social media?
Post puppy.
Post puppy.
Puppy be puppying. Okay, goodbye.